Okay, Monday morning, abbreviated week. Mike V. No, I'm not early. Actually, you're late. No, it's 2 o'clock Eastern. On Monday, I actually have a dentist appointment at 3 o'clock. Gonna drop 8,000. There's nothing to do about the dentist. It's like a mechanic exponential. It's like a mechanic exponentially. How's the UAL up $4.70? How the hell did that happen? Thousand things in my. I had a plan. You know what goes back to things, coach? Not kidding. I feel like in some things it's too late to buy, too early to short. I feel that way. But that's an opinion predicated upon market conditions, not option flow. Is there anything about what's wrong with this? Option flow? Smart? I implore anybody to go last week. I'm not in. I could if I listen to me, leaps, anything you want. They showed it. Listen, let's go. This is really what's most important, and it will go back to the plan because they kind of tipped their hand. This is hold on. This is going back Sunday evening. We started posting. Okay. Two things you should be doing. First of all, is watching what I'm posting Sunday evening. Then doing your charts. Then you press this red YouTube button. Then you go to a guy called Dale Pinker. Traders freaking call him coach. Already garnering 270 views as of 4 hours ago. I won't garner that many in a week. That's a fact. Doesn't mean my data is not good. Doesn't mean it's not more important. Doesn't mean it isn't more important. It's not a contest. It's at different plans and different styles, both at very, very high levels. That garner, even if you're wrong, you're in the right church, wrong pew. Thank you, coach. Okay. Sunday evening plan. And by the way, let me say this isn't the Pat coach on the back hour. His name happens to be Coach Dale Pinkert, but for anybody that garners guests of Peter Brandt, Jack Schwager, David Contrarian, the Pivot King, Luke Roman, the Market Sniper. These are people that after my 30 years of trading, and in all modesty is set aside, I get it. I can't even get on these interviews with the people that are above me. I leave those to the professional. I just make moves and lines and letters and numbers, and they move all over the place. And how do I get to that plan, you ask? Starts here. Here's the plan this week, volatility. A watch list. Always click it when large images. IPO list, core weave. Corporate stock sales at all-time highs. Does that mean the market's going to top out today, Tuesday or Wednesday? Maybe not. I'm aware. Now, if you look at the S&P, garnering to high stock sales, didn't work here. See where all these stock sales are right here? That was the highest in what? 15 years? Market still went up. But again, by the way, we always know that I know one thing, Coach Dale Pinker would at least back me up on the fact that they're always early insiders. Sell, especially buying. You see insider buying? Wait, trust me. So, does it mean we're early? Noted. There's a chart on the VIX. Now, let's look back on the VIX now since the chart was brought up. Well, I'm going to tell you, they had a chance to hold it. I don't know. It's still holding the 200-day, if I remember. Oof. There it is. Now, if you know what this says to me, if I was really, really sharp, you know what I mean? There's range there, which means not a lot of overnight risk. Because if you're stuck and the VIX dies and you're down in your positions with little volatility, you're stuck. So that says to me range. It also says to me that it's trying to break the 200-day to the downside. VIX volatility, which means volatility to me, in the back of my head, insider sales, stock sales picking up. We'll go to some other things. May lead to believe a little bit more caution is needed. That's all. And I'm going to tell you a couple of other things. I've been doing this a long time. And I'm mostly long, don't get me wrong. Stocks like this, they took them up. CoreWeave was the first one. Then when and that by the way, there were more IPOs. It might be an antiquated Generation X boomer signal, almost like the Dow transports theory, which I really kind of never really believed in, but I know why people believed in it. I digress. A lot of IPOs come to market that's unhealthy. They're taking advantage of the rush. I get it. If I was public, I'd denounce it. If I was, the most traded price of 2025, we're 6 months into the year, if you will, give or take, is $518 on the Qs. Keep it in mind. So that's cocktail conversation. You're talking with other traders even. I say, I guess you figure, $20 who haven't guessed what number the Qs, good start right there. If you want to impress a young lady, you tell her that the Qs have traded the most at 518, even go to a decimal, maybe 517 and 72 cents. It only matter how time she's yours or not. Another one, cause for caution. It is. Professionals been selling into strength while retail traders have been buying every dip. The sentiment gap between institutional and retail investors is historic. Okay, this is Sunday evening news posting. Okay, the trend line has been breached. Maybe it's retaking it. It's up to you to do your charts. I can't do it all. It's really self-explanatory once I go to the main screen anyway. The indices that are most ETF, if you will, or whatever, the highest above the 50-day is the Qs, and they're actually one of the most overbought. Actually, they pulled back from overbought. May or more. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a disappointment. Yes, I have AR. Fun related. I should. We'll all even go back to wherever he is, Mickey D. CRK, always been the best to breed. Exxon and Chevron have been showing strengths, relative strength more than the others, if you will. There's, what I'm saying is I'm disappointed in them. Apache. See what Apache did? Apache with this oil move, even squeeze it should this stock should have done more than from $17 to $20. I'm sorry. And now the XLE is actually overbought. Not saying I'm in it, not saying I'm shorting. I'm not doing either. We have AR and we have CRK and a little SU. Sunday night data, as I scroll through it again, is it getting old? No, it never gets old because this is the stuff that it's almost dynamic. It's only Monday, a little afternoon. It's only 6 hours of trading. It's not been wiped out yet. IWM distribution back into support. Now, the IWM distribution back into support. Let's look at the IWM, if you will. I don't know. It looks like something like AMD. It looks like a lot of them coming up to moving average resistances. AMD. What a move. Oh my God. Okay. I'm doing this because it's a Monday. And I'm sorry to the old time, the hardcore gamers, if you will, for Power Hour, they want to put money to work. This is the top performing industry groups year to date. And I'm serious. Okay. I'm not alone. 99, maybe a little bit less for people who had a little thinner skin, would say to you, if you didn't know the 5 to 10 stocks in each of these industry groups, either best of breed or even some sort of sexy stocks that have it in it, the moves, you're at a disadvantage. That's very simple. Either that or you just trade by an algorithm. It's the only excuse. U.S. equity fund flows have recently been weak. All right. It's cash in the sidelines. Connor Bates reminds me, actually, it's get sharper than me. Go through it your own time. Now, this was again, posting last evening. This was a little after 6 o'clock Eastern when the futures open. So I'm saying The futures open down 24 handles, a 0.5% each. Some people are saying as much as 1%. Fine. But the VIX opened down, by the way. Look what happened today. They tipped their hand early. Always movers, always why, always ideas. J Norm, this FUT. J Norm, I don't know if we paid up, and now we're going live here. I'm glad you're on. I don't know if we paid up for it, but I've been saying these FUTU and Tigers for a while. And they've been right. And this FUTU, man, holy shit. That's a China. That's as holding up as clean as a China, former best of breed bobber. JD, this rat bastard, taking leaps into 2027. One of the stocks that are taking leaps predominantly going long term had been ARM. Nice trade, by the way, dude. Still taking leaps. The guy, the real trader, probably presses ARM right here. Another one, SPSW, taking more calls than that former miner. Former miner. FUTU, Jeff. Man, this FUTU is taking calls right along in with like R was and Tiger. I'm trading this. I think I traded almost 100,000 shares of Tiger today. I actually kind of trading it well. I came in long and overnight. I was bagging it. Stock closed at 8:30. I'll show you in a second. I'll tell you what. I've been watching this Tiger, and this is what makes me good, what sometimes makes me bad. There's a monster bids at 860, Jeff. Monster bids at 860. You there, Jeff? The stock closed at 8:30. You're gonna have to watch the replay. By that time, it might be too late. Okay. Calls. Interesting calls. XYZ. I'm not in it. I'm not going to do it. That's the former square. Now it's block. SRN Entertainment. Stock closed at $1.60, opened at 565s. 1, 2, hasn't done the third waiver yet. SRM. I'm not going to be here to trade it. Fortunately, I'll be at the dentist. And I have an idea. I'm going to be glad if I was going to be in this. I'd rather be at the dentist. It's got it in it. SRM. No, just write it down. And you know what? This is what you do. For those of you that are not on the dentist and have a little bit thinner of a skin, there you go. I got 14,000 windows open. But trust me, the account registration for Tradeview is just as fast, if not. Get a demo. Buy 200 SRM. And you know what a real sharp trader would have been aware of today? This you had to be either all or none. This is what they do. RGC. Would split? Split today, right? Doesn't do it justice here. Split the stock opened if you see 25, hit 80. The charts don't do it justice. Anyway, RGC. I can't believe it's Juneteenth. We'll close Juneteenth. Listen, I've been doing this a long time. I have no problem saying I follow people. I used to cheat off kids in school. I have no problem saying it. We help each other. It's how you get there, man. I only follow 62 people. Follow a couple of them. Go from there. I can always delete. TLT. There you go. Here's the private Jesus feed. Not following the private Jesus feed, you go into a freaking gunfight with a knife. Reddit calls. CRWV flagging. They're going to take that one up. They'll sell CRCL. What is this? Tom McClellan saying something. All right, let's learn something. There's always another trade. I got queries. I got this stock selection is the least of my concern. And by the way, it is literally the least of my concern, knowing where to go and what to do. It's only if I'm right or I'm executing correctly. So let's learn something. From Tom McClellan. It's like flinging, this guy's like McClellan escalator. It's like asking Warren Buffett something. One point I've found that the drawing lines on charts in 30 years, it's not usually the best point to end. A better line is shown in red. Another insight I've gained is that if prices have to race fast, hard to get a trend line. I get that. Read that for a second. You know what I'll do? I'll like it, and then you'll get it up. You can go to my Twitter feed. I like that. AMD. Take two. Look at this guy. Look at the charts he's put. Everything's freaking flying. CRDO in the fund. What a nice trade. STNE breakout for those Brazilian payment providers. What was I looking at? Oh, yes, CRDO. What a nice trade. That one right did pending. Ooh, I actually did something technical very well. CRDO. Power earnings gap, low volume, back to the 10-day gap, 66 to 79. What a trade I get. You never have enough, but it was a nice execution. Oh, God. What was I looking at? STNE breakout. Hags. Let's go through the list. XP. MQ. How about this one? Nobody wants to say Mike V, you were right about the beach ball underwater. It wasn't hard to point out. But you didn't even have to follow option flow. That's the breed. Behemoth. You know it too. JP and the boys. Oh, JP Morgan. This was so sexy for so long. If this doesn't go to 300, I swear to God, I'll eat Tony Pistachio. I'll like myself. My mom told me to. So I'll do that. All right, here we go. This is interesting. This is important stuff. Put wall. Okay. Well, that's the put wall. That's not the call wall. That means the VIXer. It looks like the chart of the VIX today. Opposite. Yeah, see, Sunrise Trader, our boy, he recognizes it. He gets it. He gets it. And by the way, we're speaking to Sunrise Trader all over the place. I've been talking to this guy for years. Where is he? I talked to him on Friday. There he is. So, Reddit. He saw Reddit calls. Doesn't mean it's going to work. It means it probably will. But you have a shot already. That's self-explanatory. That's going to rip through the shake that down, and that's going to do that's going to do the dip, then rip. You can see it there. You can see right there. It's plain simple. The dip and rip. All these stocks are at 52-week highs today. Behemoth software. Behemoth defensive. Behemoth Consumer, Behemoth Consumer Staple, Behemoth Restaurant. This Jake, wow, this guy, he's pushing stocks now up. This freaking guy, he's right. UMAC has a lot more in it. I wouldn't short this. Look at this. He's right. Let's go see what Jake's doing. He's earnings after the close. Not interested. All right, let's watch what Jake does. Guy's got pull. You know what? Also, he's so Jake thinks he got UMAC. They're about to tank Bitcoin. He was wrong about that one, but that's okay. I get it. If you don't follow Hedgemine, you're going to a knife fight with a gun with a knife with a gunfight. Hedgemine. We all follow him. Look who's following him. All the boys. Half of them are guests here, except Jim Cramer. I'm trying. You get the picture. You know what I mean? All right. It's part of what we do. Let's see what's moving. The last 60 minutes, which really matters. Once again, never short a dull market. I don't feel it yet. I might wind up taking 100,000. No. 88,000 UMAC. There it is right there, the fucker. FTRK. I think I have that. I think I have this thing. Fast Track Group. FTRK doesn't look bad. Do that. Nectar Therapeutics ripping. SRM, they heard me. This is the one that could go. What's the RSI at? This is the one I'm glad I'm going to be at the dentist. The RSI is 96. And you know what, though? Let's go to the weekly. Weekly RSI, 93. Next. Let it go. I hope, believe me, I swear to God, I hope it goes to 20, 30 for people have it. I really do. I really, really do. Oh, these are them. Again, same guys. They were hot last week. So it's QUBT, it's UMAC. So when I see QUBT, what do you think of? Well, I think of QBTS, Mike V. You're probably correct. SRPT off the bottom. Nutella. I'm going to come back with Nutella. I'll tell you something. For those that follow me, Jeff, I know we had a little problem in that rocket. But Nutella, see this when it went right. Nutella was 9, breaking out. They've hit it at 6. They were killing people almost to a degree. Slight exaggeration. The news couldn't get worse, and the stock is almost back to where it was. Now it looks sexy. We might have a shot here. God forbid news gets good. I digress. All right, so listen, CRCL, CoreWeave, these IPOs, they're getting a little, let's look at percent losers in the last 60 minutes. RGC's up there. I gotta go to the dentist. I swear to God. If the guy could say, I don't know what's gonna happen. Well, we want to start a program here of scaling every scale. Oh yeah, it's only $1,500 a tooth. Oh, why not throw a veneer on there? Feel like I'm going. I don't mind. Got nice teeth, thank God. But I feel like I'm going to mechanic. It's such a vulnerable thing. John Deere chart. At least give me a lot of. At least. Nah, I'm not even accused the joke of Percocets. John Deere flagging, breaking out the same day. So what do we do? We look at Cat. You know what Cat reminds me of right here? JP Morgan. Excuse me. John Deere looks good. You follow me? Then you follow Javi. Uraniums. If you're new to the game, there are the list of major uraniums. So AMD, our boy stage analysis. AMD, we looked at it today, stage 2 breakout. Where the hell did that come from? Where did this come from? Oh, God. Okay, listen, let me give you an example, okay? Please. At the very least, if you're one that goes against the crowd, use it against us. That's fine. At least we got a high. My point being is this, okay? Follow me. Connor Bates. Probably the kid's the hottest. He's right now, he's like Juan Soto, whoever, okay? His last post. Core Reef starting to break out for the high tide flag. This kid's in his early 20s, superstar. Okay? Now we have one of the best OGs out there. A guest of Dale Pinkert's and TradeGateHub, an OG, if you will. Oh, I thought he was going to put on Core Weave. I was going to give Larry a prop. But you know what? I'm off of City forecast now turning gold futures. CRWD, Larry. I bet you should like Core Weave too. Larry, if you're listening, look at that one. But let's look what Larry thinks. He's going with CRWD and also a best of breed. What time is it? CRWD. Look at that. JP Morgan. CRWD. Planeteer. Planeteer. Now they're buying ADM. Why not? Manufacture, the farm. Grains. Moss went. CF, best of breed. I didn't even check these for now. All right, you get the picture, everyone? About to close. Remember, relax. See the way I talked about with this right here? If you're able to, this breeds opportunity. One way or the other. You're gonna move. Relax. Okay? Cheers, Mike V. Thanks for the team behind this Tradeview Markets, behind everybody.